Day 29, and we got our new light fixture, minus one piece. So we finally got this guy that we've been waiting for. They've been building it, and it finally got here. I think we ordered it over a month ago. Actually, a lot longer than that. It's been November probably when we ordered that. Either November or early December that we ordered that. The leather strap, there's the biggest of the 4 globes goes on that side, but the leather strap that wraps around it was the wrong leather strap, so they got to send us a new leather strap for that. And then these 2 smaller globes need to be replaced. One's got something inside of it, and the other one is the glass was chipping a little from shipping. So we got that done, and then got all the drawer pulls installed, and they look awesome. You can see, got that long boy up there. That one's really cool. Got all the smaller ones on the upper cabinets, and they just feel really good just to open them up. Kristen started putting all the stuff in the uppers as well as the lowers, so we actually have stuff in our kitchen. We have silverware now, which is cool. Got all kinds of fun stuff. Kristen's having fun organizing all this stuff. And then we ordered some sliders for under the sink. Right now there's nothing under here, but stuff that we need for the cabinets, but there'll be 2 separate sliders that pull out that we ordered. You already saw the dishwasher, and then all these drawers. Now that there's no countertops, you can see all our cooking stuff. These are really cool. Let me show you how this works. It spins around and then pulls out, which is really cool. It says each one of these can hold up to, I think, 33 or 35 pounds. So that's pretty cool. And they just push back in, spin back around. So those are cool. Yeah, so I think the next project I'm going to tackle is seeing what all is involved in getting this range vent installed. So I'm going to go bring the box up here, unbox it, see how it needs to be connected, and whether or not that we need to do the backsplash before I install that, because the backsplash is going to go over, but right in here we're going to go all the way up with the backsplash. So if we have to do that first, then that's kind of like a big timeout, because then we got to wait for the countertops to be installed, then the backsplash, which I don't know when we were planning on starting the backsplash, but it'll rush that along so we can put that vent up. And then once I put the vent up, then I can put this other small cabinet over here, because then I'll know where I need to space it in relation to this cabinet. However, you know, if it's just a finger's length between the vent and that side, then I'll have to do the same thing over here. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna go get the vent hood, bring it up here, see what's going on with that. And I can't wait to get a sink. So let's go check it out. Alright, here is the vent with all the stickers still on it, and the top, and then here are the 2 top pieces that, you know, sit around there and go up to the vent. So what we've done so far, or what I've figured out, is it came with like this little template paper that I taped on there with the center line. So that line will be the bottom of the vent. So it's got to be minimum of 32 inches above the stove. So 32-inch line, and then it had those 2 dots where I want you to drill the holes, put some mounting screws. So those are the 2 screws. I had to move the electrical up, so I just notched out the sheetrock, because the back of this, you know, the electrical comes out right here, so now it notches, so it comes up, and then it'll go over into the power box. So I've moved all that up, put those 2 screws in, so now I think I could probably test fit it. And you can see those 2 screws will sit right here and right there. So I can just lift this thing up, put it on those 2 screws and sit it down. And then once it's on there and in place, then it's got these 2 screw holes right here and there that'll also just secure it into there. But I do think we're gonna have to do the backsplash prior to installing this. So I might just dry fit this, set it in there, and then maybe just draw an outline around it. And then where these 2 screws are, I might pull those out, put a piece of wood the same thickness as the tile right there, and then maybe that other mounting point so that it'll stay away from the wall about the thickness of the tile. And then same thing with, there's a bracket that runs up at the top. This guy will sit up there, and that kind of holds that guy at the top. And then the bottom of that guy just sits down in here, around there. So if I put the wood there, trace the outline, pull it off, I'll leave the wood, and then I'll know to run the tile up to the outline, maybe a little bit past the outline, so it will go behind the vent. So today I guess we're just maybe going to test fit it up there, draw the outline, figure out where I need to put maybe the 2 thin pieces of wood. Actually, I'll put another piece of wood at the top behind that bracket. And then once it's up there, I might be able to figure out where this cabinet needs to go. I could draw a line, maybe dry fit that cabinet as well before we paint it, so I know where it's going to go. And then after that, it's looking like backsplash, but backsplash will have to wait till the counters are installed. Hopefully I'm going to hear back from the guy today about when that's going to happen, but he probably won't know till tomorrow. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and dry fit this. So it's on there, looks good, but obviously there are some issues. For starters, that vent, the ceiling is like right on the edge of where that's going to go up. So I don't know, it might just cut it, or we might have to scooch that over and then patch up that drywall, or maybe I'll go around the top with maybe some trim if I need to hide, you know, any ceiling blemishes. The next issue is that, I mean, that is a drastic turn. So I'm gonna have to get something flexible that can make that turn, or also have to modify that. And then lastly, and you saw me trying to test fit that on here, that is almost like the exact height. Just the one is almost the exact height from there to there. Now once it gets in there, it will drop down that little bit, so it'll get in there, but getting it in there is going to be tight. You almost have to install that first and bring the vent up to it, but then you can't connect. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, it was tight getting in there. I was afraid to scratch even with the protective stuff on there. Almost as if I might have to like drop the whole range down, even just like 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch, which might be okay because I've got it set up there and my center line is a little bit lower, so I could move down a little bit to make it easier to get that vent cover, the stack, on there. So I might have to do that, and I'm just test fitting this, which will help me. I can measure that little gap right there, and then it'll help me determine how far over I put this cabinet. So I think I'll measure that, make a line there, so I know where I need to put that cabinet. Maybe I'll bring that cabinet up here. Might even test fit it, and then take it off and then paint it. And then after that's done, I might just do some painting today. So I need to paint this little strip here, wherever the backsplash is gonna end. Then I need to paint all, with the exception to like right here, paint above the cabinets, all the way above the cabinets, and then down here, and then paint right here and here, and the backsplash will come over like that. So but if I paint that, it'll just make it easier. And then I can paint inside this window, then we can put the blind up, and eventually I need to paint this trim our new white color. So I think maybe I'll work on test fitting the other cabinet off camera, and then maybe I'll do some painting. So, but that's where we're at with the vent. I mean, it looks good. Granted, it's black, like the stove, and actually it's probably closer to this. I mean, all the appliances are black, but I think it looks more like this shiny black once we take that film off. And right now it just looks gray, but there it is. That was actually really easy, 2 screws. And obviously there'll be 2 more that hold it in, but there you go. Now I'll just start solving these problems. New problems. Yeah.
Tucker Bear. What you doing?
Just nipping. Anyway, end of day. Let's see what we did today. I painted all the gray around the kitchen, everywhere it needs it anyway. So all around the top, in here, in there, and up around there. What else did we do? Yeah, this. Wow. Got the little things in here to hold all our pot lids on both sides. I got this trim piece in here so that you can't see the white in there. And then tomorrow we'll be putting up this cabinet, painting it, and hopefully putting it up with another cover panel. And then painted this wall, because we have a shelf coming on Wednesday that we need to hang there. And then eventually a mirror. And we took our island out of the box so that we could paint it green. And then there's the butcher block for the island. So that's all. End of day 29. Yes, yes, yes. So it's coming along. We're getting there, folks.